Hello and welcome. Today we're going to start on something a little bit different to what I've normally worked on this channel. While we're waiting for the IFCAN for the Pi from last week. So this week I thought I would have a look at these radios which have been sitting around for, wow, ages and ages. Particularly the Australian one. So the first one is a Philips Philadelphia from 1966, and yeah, the back's broken on this. So the model number is MM2, which is very confusing because the melody makers, or MM1 and 2, were valve sets from probably about 5 years earlier, and I've already done one of those. That's the Lily the Pink one. So I don't know why they called this the MM2. This is called it's called the MM2/01. So I don't know what they were thinking. It's a very simple radio, judging by the schematic. It doesn't, when I first got it, it made a bit of a noise. Now it doesn't make any noise whatsoever when I turn it on or anything. So we'll see what's wrong with this one. I'm hoping it's not transistors because they're pretty hard to get. The other one is Philips from the mid-1960s, but it is completely different kettle of fish whatsoever. And it's a stereo radio with the piano keys sort of modernized. It's got treble, bass, volume or balance, and volume. So FM, long wave, medium wave, and something else, or maybe, I don't know, because these are in Dutch or German or something. It makes a noise in this channel, the right channel I guess you call it, and makes no noise whatsoever from this channel. It's not in fantastic condition. I'm not sure whether these metal outer grills are supposed to be metal, exposed metal like this, but it's missing the side panels. I think they're wood inserts, so I'll have to make some of those up. The rest of the cabinet is, I'd say, fair to good. It's got a few marks on it. So these piano keys don't work. So FM, which sort of works. Not sure what this one is. This is medium wave. Not sure what this one is. This is the AFC, which sort of works but sticky. This is the phono input, which doesn't actually, yes it does. This is the stereo button, and this is probably the tape. This one is treble, this one is bass and it doesn't turn, this one is balance and it doesn't turn, and this one is volume, which I've freed up a bit. Over here is of course the tuning. So I'll take the mic off and put it near the speaker and I'll turn it on. And that's all she wrote. Now, according to the service manual, what we do is we take these knobs off. Aha. It's all come unglued. What a cheap, nasty, well, maybe not nasty, but very cheaply built set. This isn't supposed to come off. And we just have, this is the business end of it. Looks like that. Yeah. All right. So this has been moved. So that's actually supposed to be over the transistors. And it is just floating in the breeze. Well, the spiders have been in here. So our power from the transformer comes in here, and there's a block down there. So I'm going to plug it in and switch it on and then test the voltage. Not a sausage. Oh no, 240 volts there. Is the switch broken? I suspect the switch is broken. We have no power going through the switch. So what I'll do is I'll take it out and I'll be back. Okay, don't try this at home. This exploded because it's under spring loading or something, and everything flew out of it, which I hopefully have. So this is the volume control, and the switch fits over the back and trips contacts. So it's going to have to be extensively rebuilt, I think. Looks like someone had been in here before because it just fell apart. Well, in fact, I would say someone's been in here before because of this down here and a few other bits and pieces. The back is actually supposed to be fixed, and of course the joint is coming apart there. So all the glue's dried out, and yeah. Don't think I paid very much for this. Probably about $5 or something. Okay, here goes nothing. So I'm going to turn it on. I'll turn the volume control down reasonably low and put the knobs back on just in case it's live. I saw that. Anyway, don't need the tuning at this stage. So here goes nothing. Ooh, it's working. Of course it's working. So it seems to be live. Oh.
A global infectious diseases expert is warning that monkeypox has the potential to spread to every region in the world. Last week, the World Health Organization declared the outbreak a global health emergency, its highest level of alert. Both Brazil and Spain have now recorded the first monkeypox deaths outside of Africa, marking South America and Europe's first fatalities from the disease. Professor Michael Osterholm from the University of Minnesota says, fortunately, monkeypox isn't a chronic infection.
Once infected, as painful as it might be, you're usually completely cured within 3 to 4 weeks, and then you likely have lifelong immunity after that. So that's good news, but expect this virus to be everywhere in the world. I can't say there's a country, surely not a region in the world, that won't be seeing monkeypox cases in the days ahead.
The Victorian Commissioner for LGBTIQ communities says it's vital to show that they're supported. The government is investing $6.8 million into it.
So I'm going to tighten up this volume control. Ooh, it's still live, even though the power's turned off. So those capacitors must be holding a charge.
On big ideas on our end. Jeff also believes that for far too long the cusp of ecological collapse. And says they've often opposed environmental destruction.
So it seems to work well. It's basically the same as those little plastic ones I did a few months ago. So what I'm going to do is squirt some cleaner in there. Okay, so I'm going to pack this up, put it back together again, and order some caps for it, if I don't already have them. We'll get back to this later in the year, or early next year, when the weather is better, and we can do the case on it. Onto this beast then. So this is a B6X52AT/01. So a a B6X52AT/01. It hasn't got the voltage on it, but it is a 50 Hertz model and apparently uses 9 watts. So we'll see what happens there. We've got a voltage selector here, right up inside, and see if I can get this up. We have the FM here by the looks of it. Got an earth socket, an external aerial socket. This seems to probably switch this in. This is the phono with a DIN plug, a tape recorder with a DIN plug, and then we have these 2 position slots here. So one is for the right speaker, so it's an extension speaker, and this one is for the left, and I can already see that this is not in its proper socket. So let's fix that for a start. If I can get the screwdriver on. This is quite large for in here. So this could be the problem with our right channel. this board is loose. Not sure what it's attached to inside. We'll check that out. Okay, so we'll turn it on and we'll see what's going on. See if we can get anything out of this channel. Over here on the left. Okay, it's not humming. Volume up is up full. No, we've still got nothing out of this channel. So these are, so the AM band is completely dead. At least these are freeing up a little bit. So it seems to be switching on, or it was. And we've got some life out of that meter there. So I'm not quite sure whether you'll be able to see this or not. So there. Okay, so I'm going to go away for a couple of minutes and see if I can pull this out of the case. Okay, I just have this screw here to take off. So, and we'll unplug this somehow or another. And we'll see what happens. So what we've got, ugh, yuck. Okay. This is quite a complicated mess. PLOD. And then a great big long number, so plod, which is very apt. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is give this a bit of a vacuum. This just seems to clip on. Oh, okay. So these down here, I don't know whether you can see that or not, these have been broken off. Oh, that's a pity. I'm sure I can, yeah, better put a screw through there or something. And whoever has opened it hasn't released this cable and it's just pulled this off. So I've said goodbye to our little friends. There was about 5 of them in there, which seems to come out. Sure if you can see that. And then it lifts out so easily. So it goes over that. Wow. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Okay, so we've got 2 grey wires which lead off to the speaker on the right, and then we've got 2, they seem to be an earth or something, and then we've got a yellow and white which leads over this way. And these speaker wires have been resoldered at some stage. Someone's played around with those. So, So these are the output transformers. So that's the yellow wire and the brown and grey. And this is this little gorilla pod is not entirely satisfactory. So as I was saying, this is the brown, grey and yellow, which go across to the left, and this is the red, black and grey, which goes across to the right. So this is right and this is left. So let's try buzzing out these transformers. So that one's good. So both output transformers seem good. So now we've got this cleared at the back here. I'm going to plug it in again. But this one's still not making any noise. I wonder if this speaker is burnt out. No, speaker's good. I should try this one, I guess. That one's good as well. So I'm just looking at how this comes out, and it doesn't look that, oh maybe it is. As long as the dial pointer is not in some silly place, this seems to this is all one, and this, yeah, this will come out. Don't know what that is. Or even this. We've got something here. A little plastic bit. Ah, that is off of the back of here. Okay, so this is going to be one bloody dangerous set. Around here is the AC, and it's all totally exposed. So on the front we have all our piano keys, of course, and I've noticed that this is the FM button here, the key, and it moves both dials. So that's AM, and this one works all right, but when I put it into, yeah, those switches are still gunked up, so it moves both of them. So I'm going to take this cover or this backing plate off somehow or another. These have been out too. So this has been worked on quite a bit in the past by the looks of it. Just unhook this bit here. And this should slide out. Okay, so it has a 1, 2 dial lights, and they're the bayonet type by the looks of it. That one has been quite hot. This looks frightening initially, but doesn't look too bad. So that would be the 2 output sides for the speaker is plural, and this seems to be the radio around here. There's some very small tuning pots there, or IF cans I should say. So they're really tiny, and there's well, it's not dozens of them, but there's at least a dozen. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost 2 dozen. So 18 IF pots, 19, yeah. This is going to be fun to align. So let's have a look at these switches. That one is obviously not working. So this one moves that up there. Okay. Aha. So there's a rod. Let's bring you in closer. So there's a rod that comes up here, and there's a slider switch there. This is one of the AM bands here. That's medium wave. It's another of those bands. Another slider switch there. So that is the stereo. I'm not sure how this stereo works. So this is the stereo indicator lamp, and the strength meter, I guess. Yeah, so that's wire, that's string, so we won't go anywhere near that unless we absolutely desperately have to. Okay, I'm going to spray out these switches. And I'll spray out the volume control. No, I won't, because it's, oh yes I will. So it's, I thought it was sealed. It's already turning much, much better. So let's try it now. Why isn't it working? Aha. Yep, still only the right channel. Amplifier seems to be doing something. According to the repair manual, which I've managed to download from somewhere, God knows where, this switch, which is Gilder Sturker, connects to R69 and 70 and R112 and R113. Okay, what I'm going to do then is feed a signal into it. Actually, what I might do first is check the voltages on those globes. So they look like they're burnt out, but they may not have any voltage on them. in which case we'll have to investigate something further. So being very careful not to let it swing around and electrocute me. No voltage on there. Ah, yeah. 6.6, and there's supposed to be 12 volt globes. So I wonder if the transformer is in the wrong position or something. Okay, I was wrong with the voltage of the globes. They are 6.3. It's the other radio, the Philadelphia, which we did earlier, which is 12 volt globes. This one is a bit temperamental. Wants me to hold on to it. So I'll fix that later. So FM, AM, medium wave, stereo light obviously doesn't do anything at the moment. At the AFC there, and it just turns it off. It is turning on. Piano keys will still need a lot of work. It looks like there's a burnt out I don't know whether I can get you in close enough. But it looks like there's a burnt out resistor here. Or it's at least burnt. Oh no. It's got some black stuff all over it. But this one has two, but not so bad. So I'll need to, but I'll have to take the transistors out and test those. So they're probably germanium. Or, yeah, they probably are. But all the leads are the same. So there's the output transistors here. Interesting pattern on the board. It's painted white. So, yes. There's capacitors. No doubt need replacing. So we'll see about these, because that's 160. Can't read that one. Yeah, so they're odd values. 125, 120. $160, a different voltage. So they're quite odd values by today's standards. So I'll pack it up here and go through and order all the capacitors, check the transistors. This is a whacking great 2500 microfarad. There's a couple more on the little tiny stereo board there. Better turn it off before I touch anything. So I'm going to put a box over of some description. Got some cardboard here, but goodbye for now. Catch you on the flip side, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Had quite a few recently, so keep up the good work. Bye.